At one charging stop, I had to just go in the woods. You know, so, and after looking at that, it was like, it's just no way that I'm going to get my wife, that I would feel comfortable with my wife and family in a fully electric vehicle on a road trip. I just not. Now, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a great day today. Yeah, I know I've been away for a while, you know, went on a vacation, and unfortunately we came back and the family got sick. And so it's been a little over a month since I've been able to make a video. So but I'd like to welcome you all back. And I just want to give you just an overview of the trip and just my impression of what it's like to road trip, not just in a Rivian, but basically any electric vehicle. And some of the reasons why I believe that we have a very long way to go before we get to where we need to be as far as transitioning over to electric vehicles. So just to give you an overview of our trip, the trip to Florida was about 750 miles, maybe a little more. And of course the trip back was another 750. And I didn't plan, I just picked a location, say this is where we're going to want to go, and without looking at any charging station or charging infrastructure on the way. Because anyone traveling, you know, anyone who's a gas vehicle owner, and this is mostly for people who are gas cars who may be thinking about switching over to electric vehicles, this is mostly for you. Because if you're in a gas vehicle, it's not something you're going to be concerned with. So if you're driving an electric car and they're talking about switching over to all electric, you know, by 2035 or whatever, these are some of the things that you're going to have to contend with. And just based on this trip, my opinion is that we are not ready for electrification. There are so many things that have to be done before we get to that point where we can say, hey, okay, this is, most people will be comfortable from switching from gas to electric. Just go ahead and sit and watch this video. It's gonna, I think I go over like 6 stops. I didn't get all the stops on the way back, but and it kind of give you an idea of some of the challenges that you will experience if you purchase an electric vehicle right now. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm currently on a road trip, headed out to Florida. It's probably about 670 miles, 770 miles, I believe, is the trip we're taking. And we are at our first fast charging stop in Electrify America at Walmart somewhere in the middle of, I think, Paducah, Kentucky is where we're located. And right now, charging at 114 kilowatts. This is a 350, it could have pulled into a 150. But, you know, I was able to come in and plug in and everything works seamlessly. No issues at all, none whatsoever. So I'll see you all at the next stop. I am ready to initiate my next charging station, and wait a minute. One of these things says unavailable, we'll see. Nothing yet. Plug in first, unavailable. 2 ready, okay. All right, this first one may have been user error. We'll find out here in a second. I may have, as it says, to plug in first, and I didn't plug in first. I initiated the charging before I plugged in, so restarted the app and doing it over again. And we're gonna see. It says, please plug in. I'm already plugged in. We're gonna see if this works. Oh, nope. Didn't work. Okay. Alrighty, so here's a failure right here. And then you have this one that's over here that's unavailable. This one looks to be completely dead. And I'm gonna try this other one. Try this again. See if this works. Okay, it says initiating charging. Session fees are okay. And it is charging. And we're initiating charge, and you'll see right now 94 kilowatts is the current speed. Hopefully it speed, well, it may not speed up because my state of charge is almost at 50%. But we'll see how high it goes. And it's saying they have 24 minutes left. Unfortunately, had to waste a lot of time trying to just get this thing connected, but it's connected. So, yeah. See, I don't know what's going on with this charger here, but it does say unavailable, so. But it has number 2 is ready. And we're somewhere in Clarksville, Tennessee. The Walmart right there. Chill here for about 20 minutes. Maybe I'll use my, go ahead and get my windshield clean, my windshield wipers clean. One of the things I recommend is getting is one of these things right here. Because obviously these stops don't have, there are no window washers are here. So you get something like this. You can clean your windshield while you stop. All right, we're at charger number 3, and yeah, it looked like it started up, hit the app. The only thing is at the back end, yeah, just trying to negotiate this, but not too bad. Not too bad at all. Yeah, this initiated pretty quickly. So again, only one hiccup was the last stop where the charger we pulled into wasn't working. It was offline for some reason. But I pulled into the next one and it started right up. So yeah, this is, I'm not sure where we are. We're somewhere in Alabama. Of course, they had another Walmart. And let's see, what do we have here? It says 32 minutes left. Can't remember what my state of charge is. So I'm getting 112 kilowatts. And it's charging me 29 cents per kilowatt, which is not bad. My last stop was only like $8. So that was pretty good. And the one before that was free. So far the trip's cost me $8. And we have come about a little over 400 miles right now. I just want to point out one thing. There's a lot of talk about the CCS connector being an issue. It's not the connector at all. It's really the cable. It is the cable right here. That's the problem. It's not this. It's maneuvering. This thing is really stiff. So regardless of whether they put a NAX connector on that, you're still gonna have a problem putting it in. Yeah, that's not the matter of fact, I don't even think the connector is that bad at all, really. But that cable is difficult to maneuver. It's stiff and it's thick. And that's not gonna change just by putting a different connector on the end. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out. But yeah, so far this charge session is going good. Road trip is good. And just waiting for the wife to get back so I can take my potty break. Yep, I just wanted to show a difference in charging speed. This is a Chevy Bolt, and it's been plugged in for 60 minutes. And it's only delivered 35 kilowatts so far. Pretty crazy, and they're sitting at 91%, so it's not fully full yet. And this right now is delivering 19 kilowatts. Pretty darn slow for a Chevy Bolt. And I'll show you the Rivian. My Rivian, at 41 minutes, has delivered 72 kilowatts, almost double, more than double. Pretty crazy. And I'm at 81%. I'm about ready to unplug in a second. We were just in Walmart, you know, picking some stuff up. So I'm gonna just unplug here. But my current charge speed is 54 kilowatts. So big difference, huge difference. So when you think about purchasing an EV, that's something to consider, is the ability to charge. So just wanted to show those two differences to you. Be getting back with you a little later on in the road trip. We have one more charging stop after this one. All right, now I'm at the 5th charging stop. Yeah, this is 5 stops. Why, I don't know. The last 2 stops, I think the last one was like 30% stated charge, maybe 35%. This time I was in the high 30s again, maybe even 40% stated charge. But last 2 sessions, even at that high charge level, this has been really good charging sessions. And I'll just show you this one. Right now I'm getting 177 kilowatts at 52% stated charge. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, my first couple charging stops, I was getting like 90 kilowatts at 50% stated charge, or somewhere in there, maybe a little over 100, but definitely not at this rate right here. So yeah, pretty happy with that. And this is in 7 minutes. I've gained 24 kilowatt hours, so that's going pretty good. And this session here, no problems. This is a kind of a janky setup here at this Walmart. As you can see, they have the carts right here. You know, so this is definitely not handicap accessible. This is just a horrible setup here. This is a dumb idea. Yeah, so whoever set this up knows nothing about charging, obviously. Because how you wouldn't even be able to get your vehicle here. I guess you have to move it out of the way and hope that it doesn't get hit by a cart. But yeah, so anyway, it looks like all the chargers are up and running at this location. Maybe, yeah, I guess that might be running. I don't know, I can't tell. The sign is on anyway. And this one looks to be running. And obviously this is the one I'm using right here. So that's running, that's the 350. And this one seems to be running also. So it looks as if all the chargers are up and running. Not sure how long I'm gonna stay at this charger. We'll see. Originally it said I was gonna have like 30 miles of range, but I arrived with 140 something miles of range. So we'll just see how long I'm gonna stay here. And but that's it. So this is my 5th stop. This should be the last one before we ride to our destination. And so far, there was only one hiccup at one charger location where I pulled in and that charger didn't work, but I just moved to another one and that one started right up. So yeah, so far so good. And I'll see you all later. All right, at this point in the video, we were at our hotel and I finally looked to see if there was any charging stations around. Like, yeah, there's some level 2 chargers. And there was a 150 kilowatt charger, EVgo charger that was maybe 10 miles away from the hotel. So drove over there and then get there. Of course, everything on the map is off. It's showing it's like in the middle of the woods, but it happened to be in an apartment complex that I guess for whatever reason wasn't on the map. So we go there and of course the 50 kilowatt charger is not online. So we can't charge there. And of course the level 2 chargers they had, it would have taken 14 hours to charge and we didn't have time like that because it was in an area, you know, we weren't by our hotel, there was no shopping around, you know, so we couldn't charge. The level 2 charger just wasn't going to work, especially with this Rivian, with the battery being so big, it just was not going to work. So the next stop was, the only closest charging station was 75 miles away. And, you know, we're sitting at this charging stop. I'm looking at my family. I'm like, this just kind of ruined the day. So, yeah, so I had to plan a trip to drive 70 miles out to a charging station at a Walmart. That was the closest one around. And so that was, what, a 140-mile round trip I had to make just to charge my vehicle up so I have enough charge to get to the next charging station after we were going to leave on our trip back home. So I'm just going to show you to watch this video next to kind of cut in, and this is the kind of the aftermath of that. Yeah, so the charge is working just fine. I think at this charging station only one was down, but it's a location that's a problem, and I'll show you when I get a little closer. America is not ready for electrification. It's just not ready for prime time at all, not even close. And so they say they want to go electric. 50% of vehicles be electric by 2030. That's only 6 years away. I don't see how that's going to happen. It sounds like a pipe dream to me. It's too much. We have way too far to go. Not even close at all. Not close at all. And it's kind of case in point. Who the heck is parking there? Oh, it's another Rivian. Another Rivian. Interesting. Oh, my wife would like to see this one. Yeah, so we have another Rivian right here, charging up. Nice. Very nice. So, but look at this ridiculous location. They got these chargers right here on this busy street, and somehow you got to be able to back out of this mess. Pretty silly. And of course, there's nowhere to wash your windshields or anything like that. Yeah, just ridiculous. But anyway, I'm ready to shut this charging session down. I have to charge up as high as I can. I'm in at 98% right now. Yeah, I'm getting really charged now. And this session is 42 bucks. I put in 117 kilowatts. So I can't take the risk of not making it back home because there's no chargers anywhere in this area at all. The closest charger to my location is like 200 and some miles away. Ridiculous. So anyway, I just wanted to rant about that, and I'll see you all a little bit later. I'm at my next stop charging in. Actually, I think this is the third stop on the way back. So far, charging has been uneventful. Yeah, every time we charge in, get no issues whatsoever. I think one of the stations may be down. One of those things says the power is deregulated, but yeah, so far so good. However, did have a little mishap on the highway, as you can see right here. My trim piece flew off on the highway. It just came off. Hopefully it didn't hit a car behind me. But yeah, so I just lost this piece of trim, and I will be contacting the service people to see how they react to this, and hopefully it'll be uneventful and they'll come and get the piece replaced, because I had this vehicle just now over 6 months. I just hit the 6 month mark on this vehicle, and a vehicle that costs this much, it should not be happening. And you kind of see this with these tech vehicles. I'm gonna say not tech vehicles, tech companies that make vehicles like Rivian, Tesla, Lucid, where they have some alignment issues. And I just rented a Cadillac. Well, I test drove a Cadillac Lyric about a week ago and didn't see any such issues. Those car companies, they know how to build cars. The tech may not be the greatest, but you're not going to find those issues with trim pieces flying off, and at least I never have in my ownership of any vehicles. I had quite a few that I never had this happen before. So yeah, this is the first time. So, and that thing was kind of loose. It almost felt like it was put together with some two-sided tape, but as I looked at it, I don't see anywhere where tape would have gone. But yeah, it's for surely gone, and hopefully Rivian can get this resolved for me, because this is quite an expensive vehicle. But yeah, that's so far the trip has been going well on the way back, and I guess I'll check in with you all later if anything else happens. But hopefully we got 2 more stops left, and then we should be at home. Okay, just to sum everything up. So as far as charging, actually physically charging this Rivian, it was not an issue. Yeah, I think there was only one charging station that was offline, and I had to move my vehicle to the next one, not that big of a deal. But I mean, and there was a lot of charger availability, so I didn't run into where I had to wait or anything like that. A lot of these chargers have low utilization rates. So as far as that went off without a hitch for the most part. But that's not the issue. And this is not an issue specific to Electrify America or EVgo, or this is charging, period. It is not designed for what the average consumer is just going to be comfortable with. It's just not. If you go to these charging stations, this includes Tesla supercharging stations. There's no bathrooms on site. Yeah, there may be, someone might say, well, Tesla supercharging stations, they have, shopping places right there, but what if they're closed? I mean, we rode up on these charging stations at like 2, 3 in the morning, and the Walmarts were closed, so there was nowhere to use the bathroom. And so we would have to actually charge up and then go to a gas station to use the bathroom. And there's nowhere to throw any trash away. At one charging stop, I had to just go in the woods. So, and after looking at that, it was like, it's just no way that I'm going to get my wife, that I would feel comfortable with my wife and family in a fully electric vehicle on the road trip. I just not. Now me, I'm fine, because I'm like most, early adopters, you're a risk taker, so you're okay with those risks. And I would say, for the most part, my wife is okay with the risk as long as she's with me, but I'm not going to take that risk with my wife. So now we're not even looking at, she's looking at replacing our vehicle. We're looking at the Cadillac Lyriq, and no. Now we're looking at a plug-in hybrid, because I just don't feel comfortable, with my wife, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 in the morning, at a charging stop by herself where you're stuck, and anyone can just walk up and just do whatever in one of these parking lots. So, and there's nowhere to wash your windows. There's no place to throw trash away. There's no overhead cover. So if you're in a rain, you just got to deal with those elements, where if you have a gas car, you don't have to deal with that. You just pull in, plug in, you got overhead cover to protect you from the rain or any other type of elements. And then you can go right inside and use the bathroom, or do whatever, go shopping and do whatever you have to do. And before we can get past this 7% adoption rate, this charging infrastructure has to change. And that's including the Tesla superchargers. It's suboptimal when you compare it to a gas station. It's just not up to par. And it was frustrating me. I was like, not being able to use the bathroom, just like if you're driving a gas car, just walking inside to use the bathroom. So, that's my overall synopsis. But as far as charging this Rivian and road trip, this Rivian is an awesome road trip vehicle. I did lose a piece of trim, but outside of that, and I'll talk more about that in my 6-month review, just how the Rivian performed. But this is an awesome road trip vehicle as far as the storage capacity and all these things like that. But that's all I have for today. I just want to give you an overview of this trip. So if you decide to purchase an electric vehicle, you maybe want to, be a little more cautious, and maybe look at some other alternatives like a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. And I will be reviewing one of those here pretty soon also. But that's all I have for today. I'd like to thank you for joining me again, and I can't wait to see you on the next video.